what other parts of the world will be able to see the eclipse, whether total or just partial, like Western Europe, UK, Scotland. So if you look up like just 2024 total solar eclipse map, you'll actually see, NASA has a really good one that will show you. You can put in your location and it'll tell you how much will be visible. So, yeah, and you can see the penumbra, which is like the and also, yeah, that's right, planetary.org/eclipse.org/planetary society.
Stick with the Planetary Society. I have to say, because either way, whether it's clouds or sun, we're going to get darkness.
Yeah.
And either way, it's just been a joy to be here with all of our members, hundreds of people excited about space. I mean, this is the space party. It's the place to be.
It's
the place to be. The joy is palpable.
It really, and it's incredible. And I keep trying to explain on air that people don't necessarily understand that. A lot of people have probably seen a partial eclipse, and it is very exciting and it's very cool, but it's like the graph goes from like cool to like almost impossibly cool. Like you really can't even imagine how cool, back down to like cool. It's like this huge jump in excitement. And that is even like if you're 5 miles from the border. Like I feel so bad for people that are gonna be like 5 miles from the path of totality. And, and they just maybe they don't
get in it.
Maybe they don't realize that like that extra little tiny bit of distance is everything.
Okay, so you've experienced a total eclipse.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So we didn't really see too well. We got a little bit of footage, through the patchy clouds. Didn't really get to see it with our naked eye too well at all. Like maybe like 5 seconds,
Yeah.
But the darkness thing was cool enough to just, it was nuts. You can just see it all, like just to watch it, you almost just see the whole thing, like someone just
rolling in.
It's wild. It's not like a sunset, because a sunset, like, this light that kind of slowly fades. It's almost just like, whoa, and just feels unnatural.
Yeah. Well, super excited to experience it here and to be here with our Planetary Society members. So, I mean, if you like space, this is the place to be. Become a part of the Planetary Society, and when the next one rolls around,
yes,
it's not for a little while, but when the next one rolls around, come join us.
Well, and even not for that, but where else, if you want to just support at home, and if you are become a Planetary Society member, how do people do that?
Yeah, just go to our website, planetary.org, and you can go to the member button, the donate button.
Yep.
You can sign up for one of those recurring memberships, so it's just kind of like, you buy a cup of coffee a month and you help us out. You help advocate for space, advocate for more rocket launches, more science from space, more spacecraft, and more space education. And,
absolutely.
And we need science. We need science in this country, and we need to share that passion, beauty, and joy.
It's really a uniting thing, that brings people together.
Coming up, we've got our Day of Action, April.
Enables scientists with telescopes and these gizmos spectacular. And the other thing that's spectacular right now, we got shadows right now, so it's gonna work out here in Texas.
Yeah, and do you remember the time of Texas? We are here with the Planetary Society at Eclipse-O-Rama for the total solar eclipse. We've got a little bit of a cloudy sky here today, but we're here for it, whatever we get. So hi everybody, I'm Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, and I'm joined here today with Bill Nye from the Planetary Society. Welcome, Bill.
It's so good to be here.
Yeah.
And we're in Fredericksburg, right in the middle of the path.
Whatever we get. So, hi everybody, I'm Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, and I'm joined here today with Bill Nye from the Planetary Society. Welcome, Bill.
It's so good to be here.
Yeah.
And we're in Fredericksburg, right in the middle of the path of total eclipse. It's cloudy right now, but I've, spoken with some people, so we're expecting it to clear up.
Actually, right when you said that, I started to see a shadow for the first time.
We had shadows earlier, and it is cool. When it, like even right now, if you put on the glasses, you can see the disk of the sun, and having the clouds go between us and it is dramatic.
Yeah.
Even more dramatic. So it's great.
It really is. And, people, I don't think people always understand, too, the difference between, why a total solar, I have friends that are right now trying to drive, like 2 more hours to see, like, from 80 to 90%. I'm like, no, guys, you either got to go all or nothing for this.
Yeah.
And why is that? Why is that all or nothing just so impactful?
Well, I think we've spent a lot of time as humans with cloudy days. Many of us have seen or been around when it went from day to night, and so we've experienced that often. But when you're in the middle of the day, lunchtime, and it turns to night, it really is spectacular. And the other thing that's spectacular for me is the extraordinary accuracy with which we can predict something like this, less than 100th of a second.
Yeah.
And as the saying goes, if you had a tarot card reader or who else would you have? A psychic who could do something like that. That person would be presumably a very successful psychic, but there ain't no such thing. Whereas astronomers, there is such a thing.
Yeah.
And so in humankind, we are part of it. It's exciting.
It's very exciting. And the other thing that people, I don't think quite realize is that the big difference is once it's a total eclipse, it's safe to take off solar glasses if you're in the path of totality.
Yes.
And that's a view to behold right there. That's like the ultimate view is when the sun is fully eclipsed to actually be able to take off your glasses and hopefully even see some corona. So we'll see here today if it's going to be clear enough for us. Wear protection, my friends.
Yeah, wear the protection. These are about 100,000 times darker than these.
Oh, wow.
And so, these are good sunglasses, but they ain't nothing compared to eclipse glasses. And so it's really important. And the whole thing is, I think everybody has glanced at the sun.
Right.
You catch a fly ball, for example, or a flying disc. You look at the sun for a moment. But the thing with an eclipse is you just want to stare at it.
Yeah.
Just want to watch it happen.
Yeah.
And see, we've got sun right now. We got shadows right now. So it's gonna work out here in Texas.
Yeah. And do you remember the time of of first contact? I don't quite remember. I think it's like 12.
First contact. Yeah.
It's just afternoon for us.
I was going to say 12:07 or something like that, and anyway.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's so first contact when the disk of the moon just comes across the disk of the sun, and there was last week. It was decided that the sun's diameter had been overestimated by a little bit, so they adjusted the path by 2,000 feet, English units on each side. So you guys, that's less than 2 laps around the high school track. But astronomers can give you those kind of numbers. It's really fantastic.
Yeah, that is incredible. Are there any science things that you know of going on during the eclipse? Because I know that there's going to be some study of the ionosphere, is my understanding. There's a few other exciting things.
Well, the big thing is you get a natural coronagraph. You get a natural sun-blocking disk, which then enables scientists with telescopes and these gizmos to assess the coronal mass ejections of solar flares, and also the part of the sun's radiation that is not in the visible spectrum, ultraviolet and infrared, that we don't see with our eyes, and they can evaluate it when you have this nice moon between us and our life-giving star.
Yeah. You were there for the 2017 eclipse in Nebraska, I believe.
Yes.
Share that experience, because if I remember right, it was cloudy about like this.